to the channel. Working on some clapped out old Japanese cars again. So I got this today. A Chromoly Cusco 6-point. I'm really happy about this. Got this for an absolute steal with some GTS rear interior panels that I'll show you in a bit. But for now, I'm gonna take off all this old adhesive because there was like this padding on it. It was in a car that was imported from Japan to Des Moines by this dude named Hayden. Really cool dude. So much extensive knowledge on 86s. He brought some cool magazines I'll put in here. But I really wanted to get this because I'd like to retain passengers in the seats. And you can see instead of this going straight down, it's actually bent. So yeah, let's get this cleaned up. I want to say this thing has double-sided tape from probably wow, almost 40 years ago. So you can see the original layer of plastic is here. So I'm just taking off the adhesive that was stuck to the, kind of like the pool foam. And yeah, we're just gonna leave it like that because you can't see, fortunately, where they originally did the foam. So it'll be tucked against the chassis of the car. So should clean up pretty good. Now I threw on some homemade carpet like deletes for the side. But Hayden also said that he didn't have a need for his factory ones. So they already are cut out for the cage. And as you can see, the cage goes out pretty far into the actual like window well. So it's gonna be perfect. Gonna throw in some kill mat while I'm at it to try and make this thing really as comfy as possible when it is finally running. So obviously these little tin can cars echo a lot just by tapping. I don't know if this is going to resonate very well on the camera, but I've done kill mat on a bunch of big portions of metal that just sits out like this, central points in the actual quarter panel itself, and just you can hear the difference that having all that kill mat is giving it versus that. All right, kind of going through it right now, trying to get this big main hoop through. All right, about 800 times easier with no seat in there, so. All right, day 2 of this cage install. It got dark and I was kind of tired of playing with it. So if anyone says that the right-hand drive cages, like a Cusco, won't fit in the left-hand drive 86s, they're lying to you. It just takes a little bit of finagling. I mean, it's a tight fit. I think this guy named like Life of the 86 or Life with ae86 talked about this, but as you can tell, this A-pillar bar is very tight to the gauge cluster, but it does fit and it clicks on there. So what do you think? Okay. All right, I'm not kidding you, applying maybe 30 pounds of pressure on this, and watch this. Now for this application, I'm doing grade 8 bolts, grade 8 washers, and then the split lock washers with the metal plates behind it. I have never drilled through metal so easily, and it's the floorboard of an 86. I'm really fortunate. There's just a little bit of surface corrosion there, not even any rust. I chipped away most of the sound deadening around it, and then painted the holes so they don't rust really hard. All right, got those all torqued down to, the ever-living fuck that they need to be. But then I got the rear GTS, like rear quarter covers for where the seat goes. They fit pretty nice in here. I wish the previous owner that did this in Japan didn't cut this hole so big, but I think this looks a lot better than my makeshift ones. Now I have kind of black and blue interior. I was gonna go all blue, but I really like how classy the black is getting to look. So if you guys have C-pillar trim, I'd love that. And if you have GTS coupe seats, the hatch and coupe are slightly different the way they mount on the top. Willing to entertain hatch ones too. All right, boys, I think we're gonna call this one good.